What's up, you guys, and welcome back to Pantry Challenge week 5. I can't believe it's week 5 of Pantry Challenge. I actually can't even believe that I'm extending it a week basically, because I originally had planned to do it only 4 weeks. And if you've been following my videos from the start of this Pantry Challenge, you know that I did not intentionally stock up for this or prepare for this in any way. So yeah, it's kind of crazy, 5 weeks. But I want to show you something so exciting. I baked my first sourdough loaf today. It's in here. I've already been eating lunch and breakfast from it, and it's just so good. Look at this. It's perfect. This was my first ever sourdough that I made. And by the way, if you're new here, my name is Kristen, and if you're not, then thank you so much for joining back in today. But look at how perfect this is. Let me show you. Oh my gosh. And I used unfed starter for this because I saw someone on TikTok doing sourdough with unfed starter, and I thought I want to try and make my own sourdough loaf because I did not have the patience to feed my starter and then wait until it was ready to make a loaf. So this is my first ever loaf, and I made it with regular wheat flour. I do not have a Dutch oven. I baked it in a stainless steel pot covered with aluminum foil, and it turned out so crazy good. And Chris is gonna try it when he gets home. And here's what's left of the other half. I basically ate most of that already today. It was just so good. I just put some butter on there. That's all you need, really. And this is the starter that I started at the beginning of January, so it's now actually a month old. I have this bread box here where I'm keeping it in. So we're gonna do another sourdough loaf right now, and then we're also gonna do dinner, which is gonna be really easy. I'm gonna use this thawed oven meat, and then we're gonna use this sauerkraut that I made in September from a homegrown cabbage. And I have no idea how this is gonna taste because this is the first sauerkraut I ever made. So hopefully it will be good, but we're gonna try it. So definitely a bunch of gut healthy things like the sourdough and the sauerkraut. And tomorrow I want to do some charcuterie boards. So that's also another reason why I want to do one more sourdough loaf. And I was even thinking to try and do an inclusion loaf, although it might be a little bit cocky because I've only baked sourdough one time and it might have been just luck. But I don't know, I really want to try an inclusion loaf. We'll see. Well, we first have to make the base dough anyway, which is what we're gonna do right now. So I have my fed sourdough starter. I fed it at 8 this morning. Oh, it's bubbly. It's really bubbly. Okay, we're gonna need 100 grams of that. And I also don't have this razor for scoring, so I just use my knife, which is super sharp, and it worked. So that's what's left of my starter. I'm gonna feed it after we're finished making the dough. We need 390 grams of water, and I think we'll do a big grocery shop this Friday. So I think I'm only gonna do the pantry challenge until Friday. My pantry is really so empty at the moment. I barely have anything left. But yeah, that's how it is on week 5. Now we need 10 grams of salt, although I think I'm gonna do 15. I really want to do an inclusion loaf. This is not gonna be a sourdough channel from now on. I just really want to try some things out. Okay, I'm just gonna mix it. As you can see, I don't have any fancy tools or whatever. Okay, you're gonna stir it a little bit till it's nice and combined. And this is the last pack of flour that I have left in my pantry. I have a little bit of my spelt flour left, but not enough to make bread anyway. We have to treasure this. There's a kilo of flour in this pack, so I think I could get away with making 2 loaves, but we'll see. And this is now bread flour. And we need 510 grams. Ooh, that's a bit much. It's 545. Okay, 511. I think it's gonna be fine. Okay, so this is how it's looking at the moment. Gotta put this like shower cap, bowl cap, whatever you want to call it, on and let it rest for 1 hour. And now this homemade sauerkraut. I've also never made sauerkraut before, but I just followed this German recipe. And I'm hoping it's gonna be good, but there's no mold or anything, at least not what I can see. It was September when I made it. So let's open this up. A bit nervous. Ooh, okay. I guess that's a good sign. Oh my gosh, it smells exactly like sauerkraut. This smells like the one my grandma used to make. And look at this beautiful like green color here. I didn't use any weights to like weigh the cabbage down, but I did pack it really tightly back then. Oh my gosh. Okay, we're gonna drain this and then we're gonna try. And this sauerkraut was made from my conehead cabbage, one of my conehead cabbages that I grew from the garden last year. I am so excited to try this. Okay, let's see. Okay, so apparently I packed it so tight it won't come out by itself. So I have to use a spoon. It smells beautiful. Wow. And you can also do this with wine. Then it's called Weinsauerkraut. So I might try to do that next time. Wow, I did pack it really tightly. And I think next time I'm gonna use like a little spice bag to put the spices in. This time I just scattered them in there. Look at this. This is so beautiful. I wish you could smell this. It smells so delicious. I never knew before I made this how much effort and time goes into making sauerkraut. Now I know. I have a different appreciation for it for sure. Let me try a little bit. I just really want to try it. Oh my gosh, this is so good. I will definitely be doing sauerkraut again this year on homegrown cabbage. That is so good. And I used, let me think. I used mustard seeds, juniper berries, and bay leaf, and of course salt. But that's basically it. And well, then the sour taste comes from the fermentation process. I'm just over the moon right now. This is... Okay, we'll just cut up some onions for the sauerkraut, and then we're gonna melt some butter and saute it a little bit in there. Oh, it's gonna be so good. So I have butter melting in here. And I'm gonna add my onions. Today's gonna be a very low effort dinner, but only because we've put in the effort like previously. And we're gonna probably have some boiled potatoes with this. This is gonna be so good. Eating this good in Pantry Challenge week 5 should be illegal, honestly. It's gonna be so yummy. I'm trying to leave like the bay leaves and the mustard seeds behind in this colander, or at least fish them out. And this right here is a juniper berry. It smells so aromatic. I'm not even kidding, it's so good. Okay, I'll let this cook on medium heat for a little bit. And while it's cooking, I'm gonna peel the potatoes. And we're of course using our homegrown potatoes for this. So besides the meat, this dish will be 100% homegrown, homemade, which is what I love. And you guys, I have the garden itch at the moment, like real bad. I just want to get out there planting, but I just know I have to wait at least another like 2 to 3 months. Although I think I can put some things in a greenhouse like brassicas in the end of March maybe. And also I started, at least I tried to start eucalyptus seeds. That's now I think like 2 weeks ago, and nothing came of them yet. And I really tried to do everything for these eucalyptus seeds. They have a heat mat, they have like a light spot. I didn't cover them with soil because I know they need light to germinate. And well, I covered them with cling film so the moisture wouldn't evaporate so fast. So I don't know, I think it's just too cold in this house. I've never gotten eucalyptus to germinate I don't know. If you have any tips, literally any tips, please send them my way. I need them. All right, so I have my peeled and washed potatoes here. And then here's my sauerkraut. It smells so good. Oh my gosh. And I've just taste tested this, and this tastes amazing. I do think it needs a little bit pepper though. But we still have some time left until Crystal comes home from work. I'm gonna cook the potatoes up and reheat and like flavor the sauerkraut when the meat is almost ready. And I'll see you back for that, and probably also for stretching and folding the dough. Okay, a little more than an hour has passed now, and this is how the dough is looking. I'm gonna do my first set of stretch and folds. And another round of stretch and folds. It's getting so nice, and this is only the second set of stretch and folds. Kraut is ready. Then the potatoes are good. I just have to strain them. So those are also ready. And then I also whipped up a little gravy sauce quickly. And this is dinner for us. I just have to cut this into slices, but I'm gonna let it like set for a couple of minutes. This is gonna be so good. Gonna put it back in the sauce just so it stays juicy. This looks so good. I'm gonna go enjoy this delicious dinner now, and I'll see you later to deal with the rest of the sourdough. Let's do a little crumb reveal. It sounds good, but it's a little flatter than I would like. Looks like a thick pancake. I don't know if that is because of the flour or because of the cheese. And I also noticed that when it was in the oven that I actually had the wrong setting on. I had the hot air setting and not the like baking setting. So we'll see. And it felt also dense like when I took it out of the fridge for proofing. But let's see. Oh, I think it's undercooked. It looks really wet. It's very dense. I'm just gonna try a slice. Is it undercooked though? I don't know. But it was in there for so long. I don't understand. Or maybe this is because of the cheese, or the fat of the cheese. Anyway, this is how it's looking. It's not too bad. It definitely has a nice browning. This is only my second loaf, so. I think it's because of the fat of the cheese. Because it tastes so good. Mmm. No, really, I'm not kidding. So I did a couple of things different than with my first loaf. First of all, I used bread flour, not the regular like cake baking wheat. Then I used cheese, which is an inclusion. And I think it's the fat of the cheese that makes it like so wet looking. But it tastes amazing. The cheese taste is so good. And then I also had added 5 grams of more salt, which does slow down the fermentation. And of course, I messed up with the setting of the oven. That was totally my fault, but I'm not mad about this bread. It tastes really good. It may not look perfect, but it tastes good, and that is what matters to me. Today is Thursday, and let's make some dinner. It's almost the end of the pantry challenge for this week, and I took out some parsnips from my freezer. Our pantry is so empty at the moment. I have barely anything to make like a real dinner with. And the day before, yesterday, we had some snack board type thing for dinner. This was just to clean out the fridge basically and just use a bunch of things up that were gonna go bad otherwise. But let me bring you back right now to yesterday and show you what we had for dinner there. So the previous day we had these tortilla wraps that were filled with minced meat basically, that you put in raw and then you sear it. I've seen these a couple of times on my For You page on TikTok. And honestly, I filled them, other than the minced meat, with kind of random things. I still had some cooked chicken, I had caramelized onions, a little bit of cucumber, leftover sauerkraut, just random things from my fridge that needed to go or they were gonna go bad. And then I just added a sauce, but sometimes the most random things actually taste amazing. And these tortilla wraps were definitely one of these things. And I don't know, I just really enjoyed them. And sometimes you can make such good things with just leftovers and scraps. And it turns into something unique that you would otherwise never try. So just put these parsnips in here. And I'm gonna take this cauliflower as well. It's also frozen. I will add a little bit of olive oil and some salt. And I'm gonna put this into the oven now and then we'll let it like roast a little bit. And while that is roasting, I have thought some like pork chops or pork loin chops. And we're gonna put some breading on them. I'm not gonna use breadcrumbs because I'm too tired to do breadcrumbs right now. I don't have some on stock. I do have dried bread, but I'm just gonna use some flour and spices and some eggs. And just scramble them a little bit. And then in this bowl, we'll mix together some flour, black pepper, salt, and a little bit of the spelt flour that I have left. Some of this paprika. Okay, we're gonna take our pork loin chops or whatever you call them. All right. And then we have 2 more. I'm gonna put these here. And with the cauliflower and the parsnips, I'm gonna try to do like a puree. I was thinking if I should add potatoes, I think it would give a good flavor to them, but I don't know. I'm gonna go wash this off my hand now. And I'm gonna let these like schnitzels sit here now and wait for the cauliflower and the parsnips to roast. When those are ready, we're gonna fry this up. And I just decided we're also gonna do a little sauce. I've got some chicken stock here. And because this has to go pretty quick, I'm gonna use one of these ready-made sauce packs just to add to it. And I also have to use these up because I really want to get rid of them. This is a mushroom type sauce. Look what beautiful color these parsnips have as well. So this is how it's looking. Let's taste this. This is really good. I love that roasted, like caramelized flavor of the cauliflower and the parsnips. It just adds so much depth. I think if you added some potatoes to this, that would also be a good idea. I think it would give it like a nice kind of, you know, potato flavor. But this on its own, if you're like on a low carb diet or I don't know, this is really, really good. So we can plate dinner now that everything is ready. And these turned out so pretty as well. Did not expect them to turn out that good. It looks like mashed potatoes. This would be an amazing like Thanksgiving cider for the holidays as well. Looks so yummy. So I'm gonna go enjoy this dinner with Krista now and then I'll see you tomorrow. Good morning! It's Friday today and I'm about to go grocery shopping. The grocery shop with me will be a whole different video. It will be the next video after this, but I just wanted to take time and let you know that I will do another dinner for you guys, and it's gonna be like the first dinner after pantry challenge, which is tonight. And I don't really have a plan yet on what I'm doing, but we're just gonna see after the grocery shop to what I feel inspired by. And I think it's gonna be more of a fresh produce type of dinner because I'm really missing that. Actually, now that I'm talking, I think I would like to do a sweet potato, like roasted sweet potatoes with some guacamole on top, and then maybe like some steak bites or something next to that. I think that would be nice. Although I am also craving a salad. I don't know, because I still have actually some beef strips here. So I'm gonna pull those out. So it's partially pantry dinner, and I don't have any avocado left, and I definitely don't have any sweet potatoes, unfortunately. So we're gonna buy those. And I have made a big list of what I want to buy from the grocery shop. I can show you right now the list that I made when we started this pantry challenge, and you can see a lot of things are crossed off here. I can show you my freezer. It's gotten pretty empty. It doesn't look like that because I made pizza and there's a bunch of fruit left, but it was filled to the brim before. This is all like homemade tomato sauce and some homemade chicken stock that we made together during pantry challenge actually. So I don't have a bunch of things left, but mostly herbs, one freezer meal, little bit of the sandwich bread that I made during pantry challenge, some pumpkin puree, little bit of mozzarella and Parmesan cheese, butter, some bacon, one hamburger bun that I don't know, we'll eat like one of these days probably for lunch with something else. And I have one steak left and these shelled mussels. That's all the meat proportion that I have left. And then I'll show you my fridge as well. Okay, so as you can see, it's pretty empty. We are fully stocked on wine. But apart from that, we have one apple and... oh, we do have one avocado left. I think this might be good still. And one onion and 2 onions in here. And this is all like homegrown garlic in here. And we have 1 block of cheese. These are seed potatoes, so they don't count. A few olives, because there's a few olives. A little bit of tuna. A little bit of cheese. This is all like deli meat and cheese that we have left. Then we have 3 eggs left. A little bit of butter. This is the only milk that we have left, and this is almost empty. So as you can see, it's pretty empty, especially in the fresh produce section. So we're gonna take care of that now. And then from our pantry tower, I emptied the granola the other day, and this is what I had ordered from Amazon. So this is already from the grocery shop. I'm gonna do like a haul as well. And I've ordered a bunch of flour because I can't get this one in the shop. But as you can see here, we have also crossed off quite a lot of things. But yeah, I've got to get going, so I'll see you tonight for the dinner. Welcome back on this Saturday afternoon. I am gonna make our first non-pantry dinner now. I know that I said that I was gonna do it immediately, like after the grocery shop, so on Friday evening yesterday, but I was just too tired to do that yesterday evening. I had a really long day, and so yesterday evening we actually had a frozen pizza that I made from scratch, I think like 1.5 weeks ago, so technically it was still a pantry dinner. But today we are gonna do our first non-pantry dinner, and I went grocery shopping yesterday and I bought a bunch of things which you are gonna see in my next video. I took you grocery shopping with me and I also did a haul, so you're gonna see everything in detail. But right now let's focus on our dinner tonight. It's about 4 in the afternoon now, and I just emptied the dishwasher like half an hour ago, so I just got a bunch of things that I still need to pack away. Oh, and also I started making another sourdough loaf. Here's the dough, and I experimented a little bit with the ratios, and I added a little bit more flour because I think the last 2 times I just didn't have enough flour. And I also used my unfed starter again, like I did in the first round when I made a sourdough loaf when it came out so good. And I just want to experiment a little bit. I think this one, I have a feeling it's going to turn out pretty good. But we're gonna see. I don't want to jinx it. You can see the fridge is fully stocked again. And we need those avocados. I don't know if I'm gonna do all 3, but I'm gonna get all 3 out right now. Then we need lime. Probably 2. And I'm gonna take 1 jalapeno. And we're gonna take the sprouting garlic clove and these tomatoes. And then also we need the sweet potatoes. And then I have thawed already these beef strips basically, but we don't need them right now, so I'm gonna keep them in the fridge until we need them. And this is actually such an easy dinner. It comes together pretty quickly, honestly, but I just still didn't have any energy yesterday to do that. And so basically what this dinner is, it's roasted sweet potatoes with guacamole on top and beef strips, and it's like finger food kind of, but you can also just do like a large portion of it. But this is a great finger food, like if you have guests coming over and you just want something different, or in the summer. And usually I do this with shrimp, but I don't have any on hand, and so I'm gonna use the beef strips because I think they go really well together with the rest of the ingredients, and I just need to use these up as well. Even when I'm not on pantry challenge, I always try to use up what I have before I go and buy new things. So we're gonna peel the sweet potato, and I'll just wash these really quickly. And I'm gonna take my favorite knife that Crystal got me for Christmas to cut these into slices, and I do them kind of thick, basically as thick as my index finger. And that's it basically. I'll just drizzle them with a little bit of olive oil. Whoop. Came out a bit more than I anticipated. And we're not gonna salt these yet. Just gonna mix it a little bit so they're evenly coated. And you can put a dishcloth over this and just let it sit there until you're ready to cook it. Okay, so next up is our guacamole. And I'm gonna use this small avocado first because this is the From Pantry challenge and it has been in our fridge for, I don't know, 3 weeks. I'm surprised it doesn't feel like rotten or anything, but we'll only see once we cut open. Oh, it's still good. That's amazing. Okay, I guess we're in luck. And I usually use a fork or something to mash my guacamole. I don't have a mortar and pestle. I do want to buy one though. These 2 avocados might actually be enough, but I don't know. We'll see once it's mashed up. I just got an idea. I could use my potato masher, or at least try to use it. Oh my gosh, that works so much better. That works so much better than the fork. That works beautiful. Okay, I'm never gonna use the fork again. I don't know why I didn't get the idea earlier, honestly. That works beautiful. And it's so much faster. Okay, I think that's perfect. Then we need 1 lime, at least 1. We'll see how juicy these are. Quite a lot is coming out actually. Maybe we only need half of it. And then this huge clove of garlic, and I'm gonna use my garlic press today. Okay, usually you don't have to peel the garlic for this garlic press, but I guess it's easier if you do. Beautiful. I just washed these tomatoes, and for February tomatoes, these smell pretty aromatic. So now I'm gonna use, I think, half a jalapeno. I have to taste test how spicy this is. Because if you've been watching my other videos, you know that Crystal is not a big fan of spice. So we have to see. Okay, let's taste test this jalapeno. It's not spicy at all. Like maybe a tinge afterwards, teeny tiny. In that case, I might actually use the whole jalapeno. And I'm gonna do 1 tomato. Just gonna cube it up. Not too finely. I like when there's chunks of tomato in there. And now I didn't buy any fresh herbs or anything, but I do still have a ton of cilantro from the garden last year in my freezer. So this is as fresh as it gets basically, and we're gonna use that. Look at that. And I'm gonna use, I don't know, 1 little handful. And this goes quickly back to the freezer. And we're gonna use some salt and some black pepper. And then I'll try. Let's see. This is perfect. Yum. Now I'm really excited for dinner. So I've put the sweet potatoes on this tray and we're gonna bake them at a pretty high temperature because I don't really want them to bake, I want them to roast. And I think I'll do half an hour and then we'll see. I'm frying up the beef strips These are very tiny, but that's okay for what we're doing with them. These are almost done. We'll just add some salt and some black pepper. And you can hear my oven because the sweet potatoes are also done. The smaller ones went a little dark, but the large ones are perfect. And look at that caramelization. So what you do is you take a sweet potato slice, like that. You can let it cool down or you can eat it warm, whatever you like. Then you take a scoop of your guacamole, place it on top, and then usually you would put your shrimp on top, but since I'm doing it with these like steak bites or beef bites, you put that on top. And that is it. And if you're doing this for like a large group of people, you could also like just lay them on a tray like you would do like nacho potatoes. You just like lay them side by side and then add the guacamole and the shrimps or the steak, whatever you're using, on top later on. It might not look like much, but this is delicious. It hits every time. Okay, so I'm gonna go enjoy this dinner with Christo now. I think he has not had that before. And if you've made it this far, then thank you so much for watching. I truly appreciate every single one of you. If you like videos like this, then please consider subscribing and never forget, you are worthy, you are loved. I hope you have the most amazing day and that something nice happens to you today, and I hope to see you back in my next video. So until then, have a great day and goodbye.